Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if anybody's here yet, but hello if you are. All right. Just as a warm-up doodle, I'm going to doodle a little something just to get my pencil moving, my Apple Pencil moving. I have open a picture of, I was talking to somebody about a British show with a puppet fox named Basil Brush, which I had never heard of, but I found a fun picture of him with a very long nose that I wanted to sketch really quick because I like the shapes in it. So I'm just going to do that to warm up and then figure out what people want as soon as they start popping up in here. Hello, how we doing? Long time no see. Hence the title of the stream. I was going to do some food-themed Thanksgiving streams and then I just got busy and did not stream. So maybe we'll do some holiday-related things. I'm not sure yet. I just want to do a quick little warm-up something or other. Hello. How you doing? I like his silly little mouth shape. And his weird eyes. Like that. You thought I died? No. I just haven't been streaming in, a month? But I'm going to stream this week. And then I think next week I'll be off because I will be visiting family for Christmas. But I will be streaming every week in January. Yeah, so the next 2 weeks I'll be off. So, but yeah, I'll be back regular the second day of January. I'll start doing Fridays every Friday. I would like to do, yeah, the eyes are a little, I'll fix them. I want to start doing, I can't commit to this obviously because I'm bad at that, but I would like to do every Friday and Saturday, but we'll see. Or maybe every Friday and like a random weekday like Wednesday or something. Trust me, the eyes are scarier in the actual ref I'm looking at. The eyes are like terrifying. So I'm actually making him cuter, believe it or not, in this quick drawing. But I just wanted to, I like the long snout and the big ears. I thought he'd be a good like silly warm-up thing to do. So I guess since I'm not streaming for Christmas, maybe I should draw a Christmassy thing today just to, I don't know, do something for the holidays. Just to have something cute. This sketch is just to get my pencil moving. I did draw a little bit earlier today for a client thing, but it was very like mechanical and not a cute, fun animal, so just warming up a bit. There's a lot of art-related things I want to try doing in the new year, but I don't want to say them on stream because then if I don't do them, I'm going to feel stupid if I don't. So, but I have big plans, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. And he's got a big fuzzy tail and a big old like wool coat, it looks like in this picture, and then like big puppet feet with big toes. And that's basically how this guy looks. Ta-da. The girls and I are battling colds. Oh no. It's the weekend morning when you're on this other. Yeah. So it's Saturday here right now. It's Saturday night, so I guess it would be what, Sunday morning for you right now? Like 8 in the morning, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's like 14 hours difference for Australia. Something like that. All right. Let me think. What's a cute Christmassy thing? I already drew Snoopy in the puffer coat, which was cute. Oh, this is... I was talking to somebody who was telling me about a British puppet show called like Basil Brush or something. I don't know if the show is Basil Brush or just the character, but he's like this fox puppet. And we were talking about, if you want to see a really scary British character, oh, he's got weird little teeth too. He's kind of a creepy puppet. Basil Brush. I'll write it on the screen. There's a creepy character. Oh, it's 11:30, so 12, so like 17-hour difference, something like that. That's crazy. There's a character called Blobby. That's a British character. That's absolutely horrifying. So maybe I'll draw him really quick, just to. I'm like, what is wrong with your guys' mascots over there? Mr. Blobby. Yeah, he's absolutely horrible. Nightmare fuel. He looks like he's got some kind of like disease. His face is bad. Just a bad character all around. A tree character getting decorations on him. Oh, that's cute. That's a cute idea. I like the idea of decorating a tree. Somebody decorating a tree. Maybe a tall character and a short character, like a giraffe and like somebody really short decorating a tree. I think that would be kind of cute. I really, really quickly want to draw what I'm looking at with Mr. Blobby. He's horrible. This will not take up more than 5 minutes of the stream. I feel compelled talking about him. Should I try to make him cute? I don't know if it's possible, but he's horrible, and I just want to share him. Maybe I'll try to draw a cute version of Mr. Blobby one day. I think that would be a fun challenge. He's got like weird teeth like this, it looks like. Like a pig nose. I guess this is slightly cuter than what I'm looking at, but he's got these like yellow spots. His body is like Pepto-Bismol, like grayish pink, and he's got yellow spots on him, so he looks diseased. And he's like this big squishy pear shape. But his eyes are terrifying, like they have too much detail. Even this is like cuter than what he actually looks like. I just want to draw his weird little feet. Maybe I'll do like a print of like British TV show characters from back in the day and try to make them all cute. That's a tough challenge because this thing is a beast. This thing's horrible. There's like the Magic Roundabout and I don't know what other kids show characters they got over there, but horrible. Horrible man. A character who's a tree being decorated like a Christmas tree. Okay, the tree itself being a character? That's kind of a cute idea. Alright, so there. Mr. Blobby. Not Blobby. Mr. Blobby. It's an idea for later, is to make like a cute version of these. Anyhow. We'll get that off the screen. He doesn't. I made him cuter, trust me. If you look up Mr. Blobby, his eyes are like... He's got like... I don't know. He's got like eyes popping out of his head like this. And his smile is like that. But like weird little fangs or something. And then his big bow tie. Like he's awful. He looks more like that. He's scary. Okay. Enough of Mr. Blobby. So, Christmas tree getting decorated. That's kind of cute. Let me think of how that might look. A Christmas tree that's very happy. Maybe it's decorating itself. He's got like magic tree limbs that are putting on ornaments. Just gonna roughly sketch this out, see what happens. And maybe I'll flesh it out if it's looking cute. If it's looking strange, maybe I'll do something else. But yeah, Mr. Blobby, he's scary, isn't he? He's freaky. He was supposed to be like a kid-friendly character, I guess. I don't know if he was supposed to be a parody of like TV show characters for kids or what, but he's absolutely horrifying. I told you I made him cuter. If there's any tree characters, that's a good question. Maybe there are. Cartoon character trees. I'm just getting a lot of like stock images of like, you know, clip art of a tree with a face on it. I mean, there's Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas. It's not really a Christmas tree, but she's also not super cute. I think she's a cool design, but she's not very cutesy, is she? There's the Deku tree, who's pretty cute, from Zelda. Not a Christmas tree, but pretty cute little... I like his like mustache face. There's the trees from Kirby. There's... I'm looking. What else? Characters helping the tree too. Maybe it's other plants helping the tree. It's like a tree in the woods and there's other trees helping it. With like woodland animals maybe. What, the Deku tree? Or the Kirby tree? Which one were you thinking of? There's not that many tree characters, though. Maybe it's a magical tree, maybe like Frosty the Snowman that came to life because the star got put on it. Maybe the star is like the magic hat. And we can put like a glow around it to indicate that it's like the tree came to life and it's decorating itself, and it's got like woodland friends decorating it too. I don't know. We'll keep the shape pretty simple. That way we can make the decorations a little more intricate. And actually, I want to take this and put this on a canvas that's taller. So Procreate does not let you change the size of the canvas once you've made it, which is very annoying. So we're going to make a new canvas. Let's do just paper 8.5 by 11. And we'll do a nice dark gray. See, Deku Sprout. I know. I think it's just because I haven't been here in a couple weeks. Everybody like forgot I existed. That's okay. That's all right. I got to get back into the swing of posting online and being active on here. But it's a very happy Christmas tree come to life, and maybe it's got sparkles in its eyes. Make it a little more magical and whimsical. Get a nice tree stump going here. Maybe it's still in the woods, like it hasn't been cut down yet. So the woodland animals are actually still around it. Yeah, if the Christmas magic is spread, I guess it could be other trees helping it. I kind of like the woodland animals helping it. Because if it's snowing, there wouldn't be too many plants that are alive, I guess. Just the evergreen trees. There could be other tree friends leaning in to help it too, I guess. But I like the idea that this is a special tree. Like the star that maybe a raccoon or a squirrel or somebody put on top of it brought it to life. Like the Frosty the Snowman hat. I think that's kind of a cute idea. Happy birthday. Add a few more tufts of pine down here. Like that. I want to keep the shape pretty simple. He's decorating himself. Maybe he's holding up a string of garland as well. Some kind of beads. Something like that. I'll make it look better. Just a rough sketch. He's got that wrapped around. Just placing that all around, and then maybe we have a bunch of squirrels and rabbits. So maybe there's a rabbit down here helping put something up. Might make that rabbit a little bigger. It doesn't have to be a very big tree either. It could be a little tree. The littlest of Christmas trees. We're going to have it holding up some kind of ornament. We'll keep the ornaments really simple. There'll be balls and bulbs. Let me do an array of like shapes I want to do is like the classic bulb. Something that's maybe a little like a lemon shape with like some kind of swirl on it. We'll keep them pretty simple. Maybe some that are star shaped. And maybe some kind of snowflake shape. Or maybe that's too complicated. Maybe oh, candy canes. Candy canes. I think that's a good variety of shapes to fill the tree up with, but still keep it pretty simple. And the bulbs can have different, stripes and things on them too. There's a bunch of forest animals helping. There's just a Deku Sprout there. Maybe he can be lurking in the background, like we have all these like snowy plains or whatever in the back. And there's just the great Deku tree in the back. There's like a forest silhouette but one of the trees is the Great Deku Tree. Or did you mean like a sprout, like the little guy? We can fit one of those in somewhere too. But there's all these like big regular pine trees, you know? And then one's like the Great Deku Tree just chilling in the back. It's a little silly, but kind of funny. Alright, we'll have a bunny down here. Helping. And then we need animals that are slightly taller, so maybe a raccoon with his little grabby hands. His little finger gloves. Maybe a possum would be even a little bit bigger or better, but... Oh, I kind of want to do a raccoon in the middle. Or not the total middle, but like here. Because I want to draw the back of the raccoon body. It looks like a big fat gumdrop kind of, which is kind of cute. Plop, like that. Have his little foot out like that. And his little grabby finger. He's got an ornament that's like maybe one of the star ones. Or no, he can have a candy cane because I think that would be cute. He can have a little candy cane. Like so. I don't want to make it too complicated because I would like to get it done on one stream since I won't be streaming for Christmas. So I'll get a couple animals in here and then I'll start working on the line art. So I can make sure that it gets done in one stream. Something cute and festive. Maybe, let me look up raccoon snout shape. I feel like he's got like a longer snout from the side. Or smoother or something. Side. Yeah, they have like, it kind of tapers. A little bit like so. Almost squared off at the end. Like that. It's okay to simplify and change it a little bit, but something like that. There, that looks a little bit more raccoony. Maybe a little fluffier of a head too. A little more fur. This is a very helpful raccoon. Maybe the raccoon should be stealing a candy cane off the tree. It's kind of ambiguous. Is he taking a candy cane off the tree or is he being helpful? Because raccoons do love to dig through garbage and stuff, so could be either. And maybe we'll keep it simple with no background or just something very like big fluffy snowflakes falling kind of thing. Bringing in some presents to put under the tree with the help from a squirrel. Deku Sprout. A little cameo from a Deku Sprout. Oh, he's so cute. I'm just staring at pictures of Deku Sprouts. He's just a little fella. I'll have one walking through the snow in the distance here, just as a little cameo. He's got a little tiny present to add. I'm gonna stylize him a little bit. He's got one little foot here, one little foot here. Little hand with a little sprout coming off of it. Beautiful. And then he's also got one leaf kind of coming off of his mouth too. Have his little footprints in the snow. So maybe I'll make him a little bigger, but I want room for another animal over here somewhere. Some kind of animal. Squirrel could be up here on the top, rummaging around. Or we want somebody placing the star and like aligning the star, so maybe a squirrel doing that up here. Maybe there's two squirrels. There's one over here doing this, adjusting the placement of the magic star, making sure it's all good. And then there's one kind of working his way down here, fixing an ornament or placing an ornament over here. Let me think of how I'd like him to be. Him or her. A Deku Scrub and a Deku... Well, the Deku Sprout's very cute, too. Deku Scrub. Oh, the ones that shoot. Go Pachoo. Yeah, let's swap him. Maybe we'll have one on the other side. We'll have a Sprout and a Scrub. Deku Scrub. Let me find a good picture. There's like the little ones and there's like the bigger ones. I'll have one on the other side. I'll have one of the little guys. Just way off in the distance bringing a gift too. Why not? Another eye here. A leaf with a hole in it or two. He's got one foot up, kicking it, one behind him. How would he have a gift? Maybe he has one balanced on his head. Let's do that. And we'll keep the gifts very simple too. He's very good at balancing on that in his head. His little footprints in the snow too. There, we've got two of these guys marching to come bring gifts. And then we need somebody over here, some animal that's larger than a bunny and a raccoon, or maybe another raccoon. And then we need somebody over here, I think. What other woodland creatures? I guess we could have maybe a small bear on this side. You know what we could do? We could have the Scrub and the Sprout both coming together because they're both friends. And then we could have a bear over here. That way we have a taller character, like a baby brown bear. Doesn't have to be a mama bear or anybody huge. We might have to fix what's going on with the garland here. But I would like to have yeah, we can do whatever. This is a rough sketch, so we can fix it as we go. But the Deku Sprout and Scrub would be friends and know each other, so we got a squirrel maybe hanging an ornament, or maybe adjusting the garland. That way we can do kind of like a headband up here. Still wrapping it around the tree. Maybe have a big fluffy tail come up like that. And that'll kind of frame the star a little bit too. It kind of adds a little something something to the star. It's fixing the garland, and then what could we have the bear doing? The bear should be hanging an ornament, because we don't have anybody hanging an ornament like in the middle of the tree yet. So we'll do maybe one of the like lemony shaped ones I wanted to do. Just a different shape ornament. So we get a little variety. We get rid of this garland because I don't want that line. Like it's kind of messy when there's like the arm of the bear and the ornament and the garland all happening in this one area. It's kind of visually messy. So maybe we do, if it goes like this, we can skip the garland in this level. We could have it go like here. And that way it's not too cluttered. Maybe these could be lights instead of a garland, because lights are way cuter. And you get to add a little glow. And they're magic LED Christmas lights that happen to be lit without being connected to anything. You know, we got magical animals and a magic tree. It's fine. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just cute. We've got Deku Scrubs in the same universe as like cute cartoon animals and magic trees. It's fine to have lights that don't have an electricity source. I think it's okay. All right, we got one round ornament here. I think we need another round ornament happening here. So who's bigger than a rabbit, bigger than a raccoon, but not quite bear-sized? We could do maybe a possum or a badger. What do we think? Either of those would probably work. I'm thinking maybe badger is the move. And then even down here we could fit like a little hedgehog or something too. With his little teeny hands, just doing his best. Maybe he's got sweat coming off of him because he's trying his best to hang up another ornament, but he's very small. So he's doing what he can. And I'll leave him with little beady eyes because I think that's cute. He's got a little foot. A wolf? Oh, a wolf would be a good one. We could do a wolf. And he could stand on his hind legs too. I like wolf. Alright, so let's get a wolf in here. And the head would fit nicely in this spot too. Let me look up wolf side view. Wolf head side view. There we go. Kind of a smaller, younger wolf. Very happy to see the tree. Maybe like a wide open mouth smile, like delighted by this. We'll make the head very fuzzy and fluffy for the winter. Oh, it could be more of an Arctic fox too. That might fit right in the middle. What do we think? Wolf or fox? It could be a young wolf or it could be an Arctic fox. I think either would work. Kind of similar head shape. The wolf is a little bit more boxy, I think. We'll do... Let me think of how the paws would wrap around the bulb like that. Something like that. There's a hook. We can get a little fluffy tail in that area there. Get a fluffy bear tail there. Get the like fluffy, I don't know what fluff around the neck on a bear is called if it has a name, but the fluff around the bear's neck. I type in young brown bear head side view. And then I'll start working on cleaning up these lines so we can make some progress. It might just be like outlines with color instead of like the lineless look, because that would be kind of a stretch to fit in with so many characters. But I think it'll look good either way. Alright. I have a little bit of a shorter snout, but the nose kind of juts out like that a little bit. And then something like that. I think maybe an Arctic fox might be the move. Ooh. I think my chat like stopped moving on my thing. Hold on, let me refresh my tab here. Okay, it's muted. Good. Yeah, the line art will make it less cluttered, I think. And yeah, my chat did freeze. I don't know why. Anyhow. And let's do lights down here. I think the line art will help a lot. Get rid of these. We don't need that. And I think we're going to get rid of that Deku tree idea because it's already going to be a lot going on in this picture. I don't think we need all that. Plus we got the Deku scrub and sprout down there. I'd like the look of the mouth and the eyes across these characters to look kind of in the same style. So maybe, you know, bigger pupils, mostly black, but then the tree, I think, since it's like the magic tree, can have like sparkles in its eyes. Not necessarily an eye highlight, but like just sparkles. Okay. I think this is a good start. I think I see the vision. I think I want to do Arctic Fox head side view. Oh, they're so cute. If you haven't looked at a photo of an Arctic fox in a while, do yourself a favor. They are so sweet. Okay, we'll do the eye with a little pointed corner a little bit there. And then the snout is a little bit shorter, and the nose is kind of more like a button. Something like that. They are so cute. And their ears are very fat and fluffy. So we'll make these ears very, very thick. The forehead a bit rounder. Very puffy like a marshmallow. So cute. Lots of fluff on the chest. They are ready for winter at all times. Fluffy body. And that would have to be a very young bear, but I think that works. And then the rabbit, clean up the proportions a little bit before I line art it. It can be a fat little rabbit too. Maybe an Arctic hare. And do all these animals live in the same part of the world? I don't know. They do now. Hedgehogs, I think, are like European. I don't know if Arctic foxes are, but we're not paying attention to that because I want to put a hedgehog in the picture. Arctic hare. Oh my gosh. There's like a picture of them that are just like two Arctic hares that are like scrunched down and they just look like orbs. Really quick, I want to draw what I'm looking at. It's just like the head is just smashed down like that. There's the eyeball. And there's the ear. And there's its little foot. And it's just an orb. There's its little nose. This form, this blob, that's a rabbit. Or it's a hare, rather. It's incredible. What a sight. With that in mind, I think I'll give... Oops. I'll give this guy little black tips on his ears. I'm not going to be too fussed about the accuracy of hare versus rabbit proportions because it's cute. Have its little paws holding the little hook. Have its little foot. Something like that. Okay. I think this is enough information for me to fix the lines. Let's work on the squirrels first because they have the least amount of detail drawn in. Let's figure them out. Maybe we'll use the slightly bigger dry ink. Like that. Just trying to figure out the head as I go. I think that looks okay for a squirrel head. Maybe he's got like the end of the lights. I think I'll just draw the part that connects to the wire for the lights, and then the lights will just be like white on a new layer, if that makes any sense. So something like that. He's wrapping the lights all the way around the tree. And we'll keep the light socket things very simple. Like so. And the lights I'll do white, and I think I'll do this round render brush, and I'll keep them very like that, you know. Maybe I'll make them yellow or multicolor or something, but the shape will be like that because it's very glowy. It already is coming to life. Look at that. Beautiful. Dry ink. We'll do a nice fancy star on top. We'll add a little bit of dimension, I think, with the color. I'd like to do, let's just pick a dark gray. You know, one of these where you do like every other part of the star, like that. Just to add a little something to it. But it'll be really subtle. It's not going to be this obvious. Just add a little dimension to it. Let's duplicate and mirror that so it matches on both sides, more or less. Clean it up a bit. There we go. Beautiful. Let's do this limb of the tree here. That. I'm just kind of drawing whatever first comes in my line of fire for the pencil. Like to do a little tuft of hair, make the ears a little bit fuzzy. Keep it simple and cute. It's amazing how quickly stuff can just come together sometimes. Now the coloring's a whole nother thing, but maybe we'll keep it just red, green, white, and like snowy, icy blue. Like a limited color palette to keep it simple. There could be a lot of chaos happening here if we let it. With like multicolor lights and everybody with tons of colors and stuff, but keep it nice and simple. Like silver, red, green, and gold for the star. I think that could be enough colors. And silver could just be like various shades of silvery blue. That could be the snow, that could be the Arctic fox, could be the eyes. I think that would work. So we're going to try that. Once I get this line art roughed in here. Why does my window... Oh, it's because I have a private window. Oops. Maybe... One sec. Let me fix that. New window, regular window in Safari. And then I'll make sure the stream's muted, so... Shouldn't have doubling sound. Okay. There we go. My window just kept, like, freezing and saying, like, private browsing something or other. I'm like, oh, that's why. There we go. Fixed. Get the Arctic fox eye in there. look up at the Christmas tree with joy. Cute little button nose. And then maybe I'll soften all the lines by making them like a super dark brown or something. So it's not pure black, so maybe it'll soften up the illustration a bit, add a little grain, you know, as one always does to soften up the look a bit without having to sit and do colored outlines on everything. Maybe I have an arm gripping onto the tree over here. Something like that. Beautiful. His little fingers holding up the star. Really simple squirrel face. Do a little tuft of fur though. The ear's very simple. Like so. Oops. Feet like that. Okay, it's coming along, believe it or not. Tufts of fur on the arm here. Make sure the hair has lots of fluffy fur as well. Because if he's in the snow, he's going to need that. I don't know where you all, anybody who's watching this now or in the future, how cold it is where you are, but it's getting pretty cold here. Tomorrow it's supposed to be brutally cold, and I'm supposed to go see a friend's band perform, so I'm going to do that, and it's going to be brutal outside. Worth it to get out of the house and do something fun. I'll just stay bundled up. Got my puffer jacket, scarf, gloves. I'll be fine. Good boots. All right. Got one more animal basically done. Add some tips to the ears. Maybe change this ear shape a little bit. Oh, I know what you meant. It's okay. I knew you meant line art. All good. Cute little nose here. Let's do these Deku cameos here. Whoops. Like that. That's better. That'll be yellow eyes. A leaf here, a leaf here, one sticking out there. Have his very simple foot here, one there. Some footprints in the snow there. A gift balancing on his head. Very simple style bow. And then a leaf with some holes in it. Beautiful. Then we have the sprout. It's very similar. Has a leaf here. He's just kind of an orb with a face, which is a very good character design, I think. Leaf. A foot. He's carrying a gift that is probably too heavy for him, but It's a cute visual, so we're going to rock with it. Also very simple. And zoomed out, I think it'll look good. It'll keep his smile very simple. And then we'll also do some footprints in the snow. Cute. Maybe I'll fill these in that way. I can do a rough color over with like dark blue to make it look like it's actually in the snow. Hedgehog. We'll give him beady eyes just because I think it's cute. No other reason other than I think it's cute. Give him some spikes. Make them a little bit pointier, but he doesn't need to be like jagged. Like he can be a little soft. I think that's okay. Keeps him cute. And he's got little teeny weeny paws. And spikes coming out here, there, and everywhere. Maybe he's layered behind this ornament? Yeah, because the rabbit's just slightly standing behind him that way, so I think that's alright. We'll have a little tiny foot there. Some more spikes. Like so. I think that works. I think that's enough. We'll have a little line for the ear here. Some sweat coming off of him because he's really struggling to hold that ornament up. That's heavy for him. That's a big deal. And it's so high up. He's really trying to be a part of the team. I think he deserves a gold star for his effort. The raccoon. We do not know if he is taking or adding the candy cane, but we're going to say he's feeling nice and in the Christmas spirit, so he's giving away a candy cane. Maybe he robbed the candy cane from a trash can and he's putting it on the tree. We'll give him another arm back here as well. A tuft of fur in the front. Very chubby, leggy, like that. Make his tail nice and fluffy. Like that. And we'll fill this in with black. Which I think I'm going to make like super dark brown or dark blue or something, but we'll see when we get to that stage. It's not too far off. This is coming together quickly for an idea that was thrown together in bits and pieces as we went, huh? It's like, hey, let's do something Christmas. Okay. Need to have something to post for Christmas. And I might repost on social media that Snoopy I did with the puffer jacket. One of those streams because I thought it was really cute. Okay. Whoops. Do his snout like so. Make it nice and fluffy. It doesn't matter if the eye is super messy, really, because this whole area is going to be shaded in. Because it's his eye mask. We're going to make that all black. Cute. And then raccoons, do they have black ears too? I just looked up raccoon head. Like the back of their ear is darker gray. And the middle is like lighter gray. Okay. We'll do like the back of it fluffy and dark like that. I think that's fine. I think I'm thinking of foxes when I think black ears. Or some foxes have black ears like that. Whoops. Let's do like that. Got a candy cane. Beautiful. Have a nice big ornament here. with a hook. And do more of these like light sockets. I don't know what you'd call it. The part where the light bulb plugs into the wire, whatever that may be called. Do another one there. And then we'll do... Oh, I hate how it intersects with the hoop, but I guess it's going to a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. There, that's not running into anything explicitly. Cool, think that works. Let's do the back half of the bear. The rump of the bear. The big fluffy tail. His back leg. Let's do the rest of that kind of pear bear body. Why does the bear look sad, surprised? Oh, that's a good point. The smile doesn't look as happy as it could, huh? That's a good question. We'll do the eyebrow a little higher up. We'll do the eye with like the cheek pushed up a little bit like he's smiling. That's a good point. There's a bit of a surprised look happening there. I think I just wanted like a different line shape for the smile, but I think I can do that with an actual smile. There, I think that looks less sad. I think the eye helped quite a bit. Good call. And I always forget that it's like opposite seasons over there. Down under. The only reason I remember is because Animal Crossing it's flipped for Northern Southern Hemisphere. It was always fun to find people who either like set theirs to Southern Hemisphere on purpose to get the different stuff at different times a year, or actually meet up with somebody online who had an Australian Animal Crossing island so you could fish in the summer and the winter. That was always fun. Let's make these pupils nice and big. Yeah, the feedback always makes the picture a little bit better, so I appreciate it. Alright. I think that's the details. That's the gist of everything. This, I guess, would be the bottom, and then the stump would be down here. We'll keep the stump really simple. Just a couple lines to show wood down there. Okay, I think that works for the lines. I don't know. The background we'll keep really, really simple. Like, so we'll do really quick. This will be like an expanse of snow back here, right? It won't be bright white. It'll be grayish because I'd like it to be a little bit nighttime or close to nighttime so everything looks really glowy. But we'll do this as like the snow that everybody's on, right? And then behind that, I'll just lower the opacity so it's not blinding. And then I'll just pick a random color. So we're going to change it. Let's do with this brush so it's soft. So it's a little bit fuzzy without having a Gaussian blur. We'll do it in black first and then change it. Just do some silhouettes of big tall pine trees that are like way in the distance. And we'll keep them really simple, and maybe we'll do like a quick blur. You know, it doesn't have to be precise. And they'd even be smaller than this if they're way in the distance, so like that. And they'll be like bluish and faded out. So it'll look like a forest way in the distance. It can be a little fuzzy down at the bottom too. Like so. And then we'll just copy and paste the same thing on the other side. Fill that in with black. Probably going to change it to like a dusty blue. And then add a green and a blur to it. And that'll be our background. It'll be really simple. But it'll give it a little bit of dimension. So many happy helpers. See ya. I'll see you in the next stream. In the new year, probably. Peace. Yeah, there are so many happy helpers. I think you're my only happy helper left for this stream. That's okay. I figured there weren't going to be many people tuning in because I've been gone for like a month. But I want to get back into the habit, so I thought, what the heck? Go live and draw something Christmassy for fun. I'll try to get into a better habit in the new year. But I say that every year that I'm going to start streaming more, and then I never do. So we'll see. We shall see. I need to start working on more stuff for myself and then just streaming it. But I feel like people will be more interested in the ones where it's their requests. That's what I always worry about. That they're not going to want to see me draw stuff that I want to work on for fun. Because everybody wants to see their ideas drawn, which I understand. But I'm going to try to pick things that I want to draw that I think people would like to watch me draw also, so everybody wins. There we go. This doesn't need to be perfect because it's going to be blurred here in a second. So I think that'll work. Let's alpha lock it. Let's do really quickly. Yeah, it's been coming together fast, huh? Oh, I should probably fix down here. There should be like a limb visible. Like that. Because it looked kind of like it just blended into the snow, which wasn't ideal. Okay, I think that works. What is this? Get rid of that. Alpha lock. Let's make this. Let's do the sky first. Let's do a dark blue. Something saturated like that. Maybe? Okay. Maybe just some different shades of blue just to add a little texture. Maybe darker than that. It's a night sky, or getting to be night sky. Maybe it's twilight, but I want to keep it real simple. Like that. Think that works? And we'll do some snowflakes on top too. And that'll help. And then this, we want to make it darker because it is not bright white when it's nighttime. So let's start with this and then maybe make it darker. Yeah, it's got to be a lot darker than that. Let's do like that. We don't want it so dark that it doesn't read as snow anymore. But I think this is still like snowy looking. I think that works. There's a little bit of the lighter white at the top. And then we're gonna put this on top, put this on top. Oh, this was on the same layer, huh? This like star. So let's change that. Yeah, let's put this on its own layer. Cut and paste. Do this. We'll fix this so it's not this color, but just want to get that in there. Erase where it's in the squirrel paw there. Beautiful. Alpha lock. Let's fix these trees in the background. Let's make it like this color, but a little bit darker. And then maybe fade it out even. We want them really subtle. Not that subtle. Like that. think that works. And then maybe blur them. Whoops. Gaussian blur. Just a little bit of blur. I think that works fine. Beautiful. Okay. Now, for color, for everybody else, let's just pick a random awful color just so I can see it. Go in and maybe we'll do each character as like one layer. So we'll do the tree and work our way up. Or work our way toward the camera, if that makes sense. For layers. We have to do the lights too. I'm reminding myself because I will forget. And I'll be like, wait, why is there like no lights on this tree? Okay. And I want to keep the number of unique colors pretty small. So we'll do a green, obviously, because the tree needs to be green. We'll start there. And like the raccoon, instead of being gray, will just be a shade of blue picked from the sky. So we can reuse that color, basically. Or that tone or whatever. Now what shade of green do we want? Let's do something a bluer green. Like that. Maybe a little bit more like that. I think that reads as Christmas tree color. Something like that. And we'll do not pure white for the eyes, we'll do like the white of this image is like the lightest shade of the snow. So it's not a pure white, but it'll read as white, if that makes sense, because it's the lightest thing. And we'll do whatever the shade of red is going to be for the tongue. So maybe this. What's a good shade of red or pink that looks good with this green? Maybe, and also looks Christmassy. It's kind of at odds with how cool the image is, so maybe something a little bit more purple. Oh, that kind of reads pink. Maybe like this. Okay, I think that looks red. Okay, we're gonna use that and see how it goes. I'm here. Hello, how you doing? I hear you're sick. I hope you feel better soon. Okay, I think that looks red. I'm just kind of guessing with the colors. We're gonna see if they look good or not. Let's try the shade of red for the squirrels too. And we can like lighten it up or make it more gray or mute or something. I think as long as the star is glowing golden and the lights are glowing white, I think it's okay if everything else is a little more mute. We're gonna tone this way down, this red. Been better. I'm sorry you and Beanie are sick. I hope it's just a quick thing that breezes through. And you're back to normal soon. I haven't been sick yet this winter, knock on wood. We'll see how it goes. I keep getting on public transit and people are coughing and stuff, and I don't know if my immune system is strong or if I'm just lucky or what, but I haven't gotten sick yet. Though I haven't been on too many trains, I've been on more buses, which aren't as crowded. So maybe that helps. Alright. Fill that in. Yeah, that red's crazy. We're gonna tone that way down. But I just want to get something slapped in. Do that. These Deku scrubs, we're just gonna make them entirely like green and not even worry. Maybe we'll have like white for the glowing eyes. I know it's red right now, but they're supposed to be like a cameo anyway, so like I don't think it matters if they have like a ton of unique colors. We're keeping it simple. We want to get a little something done for Christmas in one stream. I could have kept it much simpler and just done an animal popping out of a gift box or something, but we're here. Okay, I should have done all the red things on one layer, like the ornaments, but maybe this other ornament can be, this one can be silver, and this one and the other one can be red. And then this one can be red and silver, like candy cane striped. The candy cane is just gonna be candy cane. This one can be red. Sorry if that made a noise when I bumped the mic. We'll do white for, or not pure white, we'll do this for all the eyes. I'll do all the eyes right now. Before I forget. The Arctic fox and the hare are both going to be white too. It's going to be a lot of white down there. And then white for the candy cane. And these stripes will be red. We'll do that right now really fast. And we'll make the whole candy cane red, why not? And I kind of want to soften actually the whole picture. Let's do like a grayish blue instead of pure black, and that'll immediately soften the whole thing quite a lot. There we go. And now we need to find a red that actually works with this picture. Maybe if we just desaturate it, that'll cool it off quite a bit. Maybe a little bit more saturated and dark. Okay, I think that's getting better. Something like that. Let's do, I guess the bear would be red too, because we're not really gonna have a brown. So we'll do the bear the same way. And maybe we'll add a different tone to it too, like an orange or a grayish tone or something. Because it is a very gray, blue, snowy kind of vibe. So we can lighten it up that way too. But it'll still feel red. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Just want it to feel red without actually being red, you know? You feel me? We'll do that. We definitely need to add some texture or something instead of just a flat plane of red. Let's get the rest of the flat stuff done. So the raccoon, we're going to steal one of these blue shades from the sky. Maybe a slightly lighter one. Ooh, maybe darker actually. Like that. There we go. That'll be our gray. Is a color that already existed in the picture. Fill that all in. And his little hands need to be darker as well. I'll just fade that. I'll put like a darker color on the hands. And fade that in. We're getting real quick and simple with this one. And maybe I'll put a filter over the whole thing anyway. The thing I want to stand out is the golden star, and that'll impact the color of the squirrels. It'll like be orange around them too. I think that'll change it. Ooh, and the hedgehog would be red too. Red, and then we'll do oh, you know what? Maybe I'll make the stump the darker color from the sky instead of red, because the stump really is not important. The tree character is important, but like his stump is not. So I don't think it matters if the stump is dark like that. The characters are more important than the stump. So we'll do that. And then we'll make that ornament. What layer did I do this on just now? Okay. This one. It's the thing with limited colors, you have to get a little creative. Oh, I hate how that's bumping into the red there, too. Oh, well. That's alright. Or maybe... No, I do want a little bit of red on this side, but... No. You know what? We're gonna make Hedgehog the same color as the raccoon, and we're gonna bring red back to the stump, just because I hate that red on red, but I want a little pop of red down in the corner, because otherwise it's just all white with the fox and the bunny. And then we can do red for the ornament here. And then all the ornaments can be red. Crisis averted. Okay, and then we'll do gray for these little bits of the ornaments. They're all different sizes, but whatever. No, we'll just fill it with the same color as the outline, because that part's not important either. Whoops. Red here. Red here. And we'll do one more layer for white for the bunny and the fox. And we'll fix this up and we'll make the face a lighter shade in a second. Oops. Didn't want that. There we go. Clean that up a little bit. Beautiful. And then we'll take one of the lighter shades from the sky for his face so you can actually see his face a little bit better. Maybe cheat and lighten it up a little bit. The bear fox. Oh, yeah. The bear could be a white bear. Could be a baby polar bear. I think that's cuter, actually. Because the red is, like, overwhelming, huh? I think that's a much better idea. Thank you. I'll make his paw lighter. And then the red's more of an accent than, like... Because it makes the bear look like the main character almost, which we don't really want. The tree is kind of the main character. So let's change the bear to be like a baby polar bear. And then those other stripes can be red. That's much better. Look at that. The squirrels being red I think is okay because they're so small, relatively. I think that works alright. Yeah, we don't need a brown bear. Let's do one more layer for the white for the fox and the bunny. I'll just overpaint and then erase the edges. And that tongue's got to be another layer too. Those Deku scrubs, I'm just going to like fade them into the background with green and blue real quick. They're a cameo appearance anyway. They're not the main entree, you know. They're just for fun. And I got to do those lights too. And I got to fix the candy cane. One thing at a time. Let's fix Fox and Bunny. Dancing Christmas tree decoration from the 90s. Douglas fir. I don't remember. Was it the like ceramic one? With the little lights on it? Or am I thinking of something else? Because if it's that, I know that man. That Douglas. I know Doug. I've seen knockoffs of that at like Target, but they're like plastic and junk. They're not decent quality. It's like a plus guy that wiggled and sang songs. No, I don't remember. A plush guy. I don't recall him. You'll have to send him to me later. Whoops. Okay. Shouldn't have put these two on the same layer, the bulb and him, but that's alright. Okay. Where's the layer with these guys? Alpha Lock. Let's do like a little bit of green. And then we'll do blue. They're just like, maybe we'll do snow color because they're in the distance anyway. Yeah, they're like little cameos. I think that's cute actually. And then a little pop of green for the leaf, the leaves, and the gifts. The gifts are green because why not? And then white for the glowing eyes. There we go. They're just little cameos. Red for the fox tongue. And then like this gray tone for the inside of the rabbit ears. Okay. Maybe lighten up the raccoon a little bit. We'll get to it. Let's alpha lock all these. And we'll lighten up the raccoon a bit with like maybe this kind of shade. Maybe a little bit more like that toward his face. Just add a little texture to him. And then we'll do this kind of grayish white inside the ears. Like so. The candy cane. We'll do red on the outlines for the candy cane. If you hear my phone buzzing, that was you Snapchatting me, I think. Do red for that. We got to do red for the bulb that the polar bear's got. These other stripes right here. And let's fix the Christmas tree's tongue to be that duller red. Okay, that's better. That's easier on the eyes, don't we think? Your tree is super cute. Thank you. And then we need to do... Yes, it was. We need to do a gold. And the gold can be bold. A bold gold. And we'll have to do it underneath this layer. Like that. And then the outline can be a bold gold as well. We'll do like an overlay layer on top that will influence the color of the squirrels up there too. Because they're going to get blasted with this gold magic light. What did I just draw? Oh, okay. This should be erased. This should be fixed down here. This should be a little bit more saturated in orange. Like that. But then like maybe bright from the middle like that too. And then this can be also bright from the middle like that. Cute. This can be like this. And it can actually, I might leave the lines colored like that on the squirrel tail and like part of the tree. I'm gonna fix this is a little jank. This right here. Like that. Paint and fix these little spots here. Like so. And then we'll do, where's the squirrels? Right here. We'll do this gold color where the light's hitting. To be like, wow, look how overwhelmingly glowy and magical the star is. Wow. It's magic. I think that works okay. And then we'll do the same thing on the top of the tree here. Where it's like very glowy. And underneath, I think it would be better than on top. We'll do like the same thing with like a glow and maybe make it really soft. And maybe do like an adjustment layer so it's not just like yellow, but more of like a light source. Whoops. Maybe make it a little smaller, like that. Something like that. And soften up the edges a little bit, like maybe with, ooh, the chalk brush. I haven't used the chalk brush in this whole piece yet. Surprising. I usually abuse the chalk brush. Okay, I think that works. And then maybe, let's just try a few things. Some of these look like a glow, but not quite the glow I wanted. Maybe just normal and then like lighten it up so it's not yellow. Maybe make it a lighter white on the inside. Oh, that looks better. Bright. Maybe I'll adjust with like brightness like this. Saturation. Something like that. Maybe make it smaller and then extend it with the chalk brush. So it's not as pow in your face, but like dithers out like that. That's a little better. That's a little more magical. Something like that. Hi, this looks so cute. Thank you. Just like magic. And we'll add a little bit of glow to the tops of things because the star is very glowy and magic, so maybe just the top of the Arctic fox and the bear will have a little bit of that glow as well. So let's do a clipping mask. And I didn't want to do it yellow, but it kind of looks cute like that, huh? With like the baby yellow. I might just leave it. Kind of cute. I'll do some on the other parts of the squirrels too. And just a little tiny bit on the fox as well. Like that. That's cute. Just a little bit of glow. I don't think it would reach all the way down to the raccoon, but we will have some lights on the tray, so that'll... Maybe I'll do, on the raccoon, I'll do a little bit of white. Because there will be a little bit of, like, there will be Christmas lights on the tree. I was thinking to keep them white lights just so the glow of the star on top is, like, the main focus glow. But they could be multicolor, but I think that's getting a little complicated. It's getting a little complicated. I don't know if I need that. Oh, right here we need red. And then I do want to do some highlights on the ornaments, but I don't want to make it too lifelike, so maybe we'll just use the chalk brush. We'll do like a slightly more saturated bright red, and we'll just add a little something like that. Just a little pop. A little pop of color. And then I gotta fix that right here. Where is this layer? This should be red. There we go. Beautiful. The glow on the tail is so cute. Thank you. It was kind of a happy accident. I might do a little bit of it on the other squirrel's tail as well, because I think it is a nice touch. Let's do... Ooh, I didn't want to do that. Oh, it's round render 1, not round render. Let's do that. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. It adds a little something, something. A little magic. A little Christmas magic. I think what's really going to tie this all together is the lights on the tree and then some snow over everything. And then I think it'll be good, actually. I finished a whole piece just in time for me to disappear for the next 2 weeks for Christmas vacation. We're going to lighten up some of the lines on the bear because I think the dark lines are a little harsh. We want everything nice and soft. I don't have enough time on this one stream to soften every single line up the way I'd ideally like to, but we're doing our best. Let's erase that a little bit. And soften up the fox a little bit as well. Just make it a little soft and fluffy. Beautiful. I love how this turned out. Thank you. Imagine if Sonic the Hedgehog actually looked like a hedgehog. That would be so cute. Thanks for turning up, by the way, guy. I was like, I haven't streamed in like a month. Everybody thought I died. So I don't think anybody's going to turn up, but I'll just draw just to get in the habit. But I plan on streaming more in the new year, but I always say that. I'd like to stream 2 days a week. I'm thinking maybe Wednesday and Friday or Wednesday and Saturday. The Friday, Saturday depends on if I make plans with actual friends or not. But we'll see. Then Wednesday could be like me working on something that specifically I want to work on and not doing requests. And then Friday or Saturday would be like requests or feedback, suggestions, kind of like this kind of thing. Believe it or not, a lot of this was feedback from Leafy Kitty at the start of the stream. And then Leafy Kitty disappeared, so... like the Deku Scrub and Deku Sprout. That was a Leafy Kitty idea. So they're little cameos now. There we go. Let's do some sparkles on the tree's eyes because it's cute. Everybody loves sparkles. It's Christmas magic. There we go. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, lights, duh. Hello. Hello. Okay. We're gonna make this really simple. We're gonna do a basic light bulb shape like this, and we're gonna copy and paste it, and then we're gonna... That's it. End of process. I just want to make this shape right once. We're just gonna copy, paste, and rotate it. And I want it to look glowy, so we're gonna glowy it up with this round rounder brush that I love. It's my favorite brush. There, that looks like a glowing Christmas light. Beautiful. Maybe even soften it up a little bit. Whoa, not like that. Like this. Maybe make it a little bit warmer. Not yellow, but not cold. Because we don't do cold lights in my house. We do warm light only. So that's a little bit warmer. Maybe like that, and then white in the middle. Yeah, so like yellow on the outside and then white in the middle to give it more of a glow. Something like that. Okay, that from a distance, that looks like a warm Christmas light. Okay. And then we're going to copy and paste this a million times and rotate it. And just make sure all of these light sockets have a light. And then maybe we'll add glow to like the bear's nose would have a glow because it's right up against a light, etc., etc. For a fast stream picture, it's coming together pretty quick. Pretty well considering it's like an hour and a half of work for like multiple characters. Not bad. How many layers can I do before it gets mad at me? Let's see. Let's find out. I think I can do quite a few because I don't think this is a super high resolution canvas, but I think it's just 300 dpi. And yes, Procreate does like ruin things when you rotate and scale them and stuff. It doesn't look too bad. Like from a distance, it's gonna look fine. If you zoom in, like chopped. But it kind of gives it that like astigmatism look. You know? You know what I mean? When it kind of has like that. How Christmas lights sometimes look like that. Maybe I'll add a couple of those on top. I think that's actually a cute idea. We're gonna make lemonade out of this lemon. This is the fact that it like messes up the stuff when I rotate it. I think it still looks good. But Christmas is magic when you have eyes that don't work correctly. Because you get those beautiful sparkles and all the lights. It's magic. We'll add a couple of those sparkles. That'll help. And then snowflakes. We'll tie the whole thing together. And grain. That'll make the whole thing work. That's alright. I'm getting off in about 20 minutes. Maybe even less if I finish this up early. I'll be like, listen, happy holidays, everybody. I'll see you in the new year. And then you'll get some real good sleep. Yeah, I'm not a high energy in your face kind of streamer. This is a chill stream. Okay. Got the lights on. Let's flatten all the lights into one layer. Just because I don't like looking at 800,000 layers. I'd rather see it all on one. Perfect. And now let's do some... Let's see, where can I add some glow on the characters? Maybe just a touch. I don't want to go crazy. But we're going to add a little bit of glow to the edge of the Arctic fox here, where the lights are hitting. Oh, I wanted to add some texture too to the fur. So let's do that really quick with just a slightly darker, more blue shade of blue. These on the same layer? No, it's just a fox. We'll do the bear as well. Alpha lock. Just a little bit of texture in there. And maybe a lighter, brighter shade at the top, like that. There we go. Oop. Like here. Just to add a little something. Same with the fox. Do that. And then maybe I will make the eyes. Are all the eyes in the same layer? I think so. A little bit brighter on them. Because it kind of blends into their fur otherwise. And then the Christmas tree, I think the eyes should be a little bit brighter on the bottom too. Maybe I'll just make them like that and then a little bit of yellow from the glow at the top. The tree is the main character, so I think the eyes being super high contrast actually works. And a little bit of blue at the top. There, I think that works. The bunny, I think, also should have a little bit of texture in the fur. Where's the bunny? Where are you, bunny? Oh, it's the same layer as the fox. Okay, I guess I already did it then. But let me just add a little bit more. Whoops. Just a little something. Why is it like not showing up? Okay, there it is. Just a little bit of texture on the bunny. There we go. And the bunny eye could be a little bit brighter as well. Where'd the eye layer go? Is it right here? Right here. The bunny eye can be a little bit brighter. There we go. Cute. Okay. Let's do some sparkles and some snow and some grain. And then I think that'll be it. Let's do just in strategic places we'll do. And maybe we'll blur it to make it really like astigmatism vision. Do one here. One on the edge of the ornaments so we get a little sparkle and shine on the ornaments. Like that. Like so. Okay. And let's see what it looks like with a blur. It kind of makes it a little cheap looking, so maybe we'll leave it without, but maybe let's try smudging the end of it so it has a little texture, so it's not totally smooth. I think the Gaussian blur just keeps it too smooth for my liking. I want a little bit of roughness. I don't know. I'm overthinking it now. I kind of like that though. Where it's a little bit smudged on the edges. Yeah, just pull out the edges a little bit. It's real subtle and you're not even going to be able to tell, but I like the idea of it. So I want it to be blurry the way it is when you actually have eyes that don't work right and it makes the little sparkles. But I don't want to lose all that nice texture, which the Gaussian blur just nukes all your texture. It's good for some stuff, but I think for this it's just overkill. And then I think I want to make the actual sparkles white, because you can tell in some places, like when it's over top of the light there, like it's grayish. That kind of throws it off. Just like that. Alpha lock, let's make it actually white. Very subtle, but I think that works. And then we will do, on top of it all, we will do some snowflakes. We'll do a big chunky fluffy layer up front. And we'll slightly Gaussian blur it. Slightly. Or maybe we'll leave it chunky like that, because I actually kind of like how that looks. Do some big flakes up front, and then we'll do some smaller flakes on a layer underneath. Give you a little depth of snow. I want some overlapping parts of the critters too. So it gives it that look of being in the foreground, nice and fluffy and big. Okay, I don't want like a million big fluffy ones, but I think that gives a good idea. Just like some overlap. Okay, I think that's a good amount. I might Gaussian blur them. We'll see in a second. And then I'll do another layer with like smaller ones. And we're not going to keep these bright white. We're going to make them a little grayer, more blue, so they fade a little bit. And I don't want these to be super even. So we'll do some that are clustered together. Some that are medium, some that are teeny weeny. Get a good variety of sizes of snowflakes. And these are like in the background, so these won't be overlapping the animals in the front. Okay. Now let's alpha lock and make these a little bit darker, because it's kind of overwhelming. Like it's giving snow globe. I don't know if I want it to be that crazy. Make these blue. And maybe even a little bit darker up in the sky. That already softened it quite a bit. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to soften these up. We're going to make them lighter on the bottom though. A little bit darker on top. A little bit lighter on the bottom. That's snow, baby. Beautiful. Oh, you're good. You're good. I'm going to be disappearing here soon, so it's all good. Now let's try it with a little bit of blur. I might leave it alone and not even blur it. Oh, I kind of like the blur. Just a touch. Just a touch of blur, I think is okay. It does nuke the snowflake texture, but it softens it up a little bit, so I think that's a good compromise. And then on top of everything, we're going to add some grain, because we always do that. Let's do, where is it? Hello? Where's the grain? What happened? Did they move? Oh, noise. I was looking for the word grain. Hello. Noise. And we'll make that overlay. And tone it down a little bit. And then maybe we'll try like a color adjustment of some kind. Just to warm it all up. Let's do like warm yellow here and then have it fade to like a blue down here. I don't know, something like that. Let's just mess around with it and see how it looks. We can always turn it off. That's kind of crazy, but yeah, a little crazy. Overlay. Oh, that kind of warms it up. I kind of like the overlay of it all. You kind of lose the raccoon and the hedgehog down at the bottom, but you know what I could do is I could make that trunk like a dark orange. And that'll make that hedgehog stand out a little bit better. Let's try that. Let's make it like this color from the tail. Maybe darker than that. I don't want to introduce a new color is the thing. But maybe if I pick like a dark red shade from the ornament that's technically already in the picture. I just want to lighten that up a little. I think that's alright. I'm overthinking it. And then the raccoon, I want to lighten up the face where his actual like face is. So we get a little bit more contrast like here. So you can see him a little bit better. And then I want to make his paw black. Like fade it. There we go. Because he's got black fingers. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think that's okay. I think I'm overthinking it and overworking it at this point. So let me just full screen it for the stream. For a fun little Christmas piece that was just kind of off the top of my head and a lot of Leafy Kitty suggestions and feedback. I think it looks okay. Bean says, cool. I hope she likes all the animals. Let me make sure you can see. There we go. I forget that it's a little bit cut off on my the stream. There we go. There's a hedgehog, a bunny, Arctic fox, a bear, some squirrels, Deku Scrub, and a Deku Sprout in the back. So I hope Bean likes it, and I hope anybody that's watching likes it. I think it's gonna be a short and sweet stream, right to the point of creating one Christmas piece of art. Then I'm gonna post to social media, and then I will be back in the new year streaming at least 1 day a week, maybe 2 days a week. We'll see. Big promises from me. I haven't followed through yet on being a regular streamer, but we'll see what 2026 holds. So I will see you all in the new year. Peace out.